bringing it back to supporting your spouse. It's a shared responsibility. You have to make sure that you're not just watching her do everything herself. You can't just be sitting in the silence. You have to jump in there and help. And I see so many men just not doing it because they don't have the energy. After a long day of work, they're exhausted and just sit on the couch, watch TV, and not do anything else the rest of the night. It all comes down to create more energy. If you're so exhausted at night, you gotta look at your physique, you gotta look at your energy level. Are you getting to the gym? Are you creating more energy within yourself so that you can do more when you get home? Welcome back to the Men's Podcast. If you're new here, my name is TimBohner. I was born in poverty near the dumps of Guatemala, but I was given a second chance at life, and now I'm on a mission to awaken men in this generation. Too many men have become complacent, soft, and forgotten who they are. I hope to inspire men to take ownership of their health, family, and lead their kids by example. Go to 317wellness.com to get started on your fitness journey. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Men's Podcast. We're going to be talking about how to support your woman. How do you support your wife on her goals? And I see this all the time with men just being complacent, men who are just not caring about their health, not really making that priority, and just seeing their woman wanting to get in shape. And don't get me wrong, a lot of women the reason why they want to get in shape is more because of their vanity, right? Because they want to look good, they want to feel pretty, right? The reality is you're gonna care about your health when it's too late, when you're 40, 50 years old and your body's aching because you've consumed so much garbage food. You may not see it right now, it may not be affecting you right now, but it will affect you in the future. So when you're not working on your health and you're not joining together with your spouse, that's gonna be so difficult for both of you to stay on track, especially for her, because she doesn't have someone to support her. That's the number one thing I hear from women, is that the men just do what they want and they don't care and aren't supportive. And that's the biggest issue with men these days, is that they are not taking lead of the family home. They're not taking lead of the household. They're focused on just themselves. And I realize that even in my life, where I struggled with that is just my time. I know that I do a lot of stuff in my day, and I try to prioritize family time as much as I can. And there's sometimes where I become selfish and I don't spend as much time as I should with the family because I'm working on my content or whatever I'm doing. But the thing is that we have to be selfless. We have to make sure that we're thinking about our spouse. We have to make sure that we're just tagging along. I remember when my wife and I did our 6-week cut, we were able to do it successful together because we're partnering up. And it made it so much easier because we were able to flow throughout our day pretty well with our foods. We were able to go to the gym to work out together, which was actually pretty fun. And it just brought a more positive energy into the family home. It's so frustrating to hear that women's husbands don't help out. Like, do you not understand how important your health is? Like, do you not understand that you're gonna have consequences for not taking care of your temple, for not taking care of what God has given you? That's the most frustrating part. God has given us this temple to take care of and to really feel the best that we can, yet we decide to eat like crap, drink on the weekends, be hungover, and wake up just wasting time because you overslept and you didn't wake up in time. Do you understand that taking care of your body is not just gonna help your physical state, but it's gonna help your mental state? It's gonna give you more energy, gonna give you more time, and it's just gonna give you everything that you need by taking care of your body. So when I went on my own 6-week cut, my wife wasn't doing it at that time, so I understood. I guess I experienced that feeling of not being supported by my wife because she wasn't tracking like I was. But I've developed enough discipline in my life to be able to do this on my own without anyone helping me out, because that's who I want to become. Someone that gets things done without needing support, or without needing someone else to encourage me. I want to be the one that does it for myself because it's for me, right? So when you're working on your health, remember, it's for you as well. But you also are setting the example for your kids. So if you have kids and they're seeing you and your spouse working together, they're more likely going to find a spouse, or if you have a daughter, they're going to be looking for a husband that's going to be supportive of them as well. And it's the same thing with your household. It's the same thing with the chores, splitting responsibilities with the family. Like my wife, for the beginning of our marriage, my wife hated when I would ask her, "Hey, do you need help with this?" Because she told me that you're not helping. This is your part of your responsibility to jump in and partner up with her to help get things done. It's not her taking care of the household. It's me as well stepping in there to try to take care of it. That really hit me because I realized, like, yes, she's right. I have to step up, assess the situation, and see where where things need to be picked up from. Okay, so I know that's the most common roles that we have in this society, is that women take care of the household, the kids, and things like that. But I think we live in a different age right now, that we as men need to rise up and live above the norm, where it's not just the women taking care of the house. It's not the women doing the appointments. It's us men stepping up and just taking care of that as well. Okay, because the kids gonna remember that. The kids gonna remember that it's mom that was there for them in their childhood. It's mom that was tucking them to bed, putting them to sleep. And that actually is the hardest one for me. I'm gonna admit this right now, is that I don't put Eli to bed. It's just very difficult for me to have the energy at night, and patience. Honestly, it's most of the patience to put Eli to bed, because it's very hard, and he's 3 years old right now. So if you have a toddler, you understand. So that's one thing that I don't really do. But other than that, I make sure that I make sure I'm doing the dishes. I'm making sure I'm cooking. I'm making sure that I'm stopping at 4:30 when I get home from my long day at work. I work maybe for an hour and a half when I get home, from 3 to 4:30, and then try to get done and jump in there and start cooking dinner. And then after dinner, we play with kids. So I try to be involved as much as I can with the family, because they're going to remember if you were there or not. Bringing it back to supporting your spouse, it's a shared responsibility. You have to make sure that you're not just watching her do everything herself. You can't just be sitting in the silence. You have to jump in there and help. And I see so many men just not doing it because they don't have the energy. After a long day of work, they're exhausted and just sit on the couch, watch TV, and not do anything else the rest of the night, be on the phone the rest of the night. But it all comes down to create more energy. If you're so exhausted at nights, you got to look at your physique, you got to look at your energy level. Are you getting to the gym? Are you creating more energy within yourself so that you can do more when you get home? I do that. I get home, I do more, and then I go and help out the family. So I don't make excuses for myself. There are days where I do feel exhausted. I might come home, take 10-15 minute nap, but I'm getting back up, tackling the day, because time is the most valuable thing that you can have. And the more time you're wasting it just watching TV, scrolling your phone, you're not going to get it back. You're not going to get that time back with your kids. You're not going to get that time back with your spouse. And it's so easy to do those things because you are exhausted, but you have to look at your energy level. Maybe it's that you're exhausting yourself at work to the point where you have no energy at home to give more to your family. The society that we live in has just flipped it. They expect us to give everything to work, and then we get home, we have nothing to give to the family. But you have to check your energy levels throughout the day. Are you pushing yourself at work too much? You know what I mean? Like I work at Amazon, so I see so many lazy people at work, and I'm someone that's hardworking and just gives everything they can at everything that they do. So I'm at work, I'm pushing myself, and then I realize I get exhausted. So I've tailored back on my energy because I know that my family needs me more at home than the managers need me at work. So that's something you can look at. Is your energy being taken away from your job? If it is, then maybe you need to consider how much energy you're giving to work. So you got to check your energy levels. You got to make sure that you have enough to give when you get home, and be there for your spouse, because she needs you, especially she's been busy with the kids all day. She's been running around doing the errands. And my wife does that so much. I'm so thankful for her, because I take that for granted. And I know that it makes me want to help her. It makes me want to be there for her, because of how much she does for this family. So I'm very grateful for her. And that's why whenever she decides to embark on a journey of maybe her fitness or whatever it is, I'm there for her, supporting her and rooting her on. And if it is with the fitness thing, I will jump in there with her and making sure that she's eating the food that she wants to eat, or the healthy food that she's wanting to have, so that she can hit her goals. So men, you have to stop thinking of yourself, rise above the norm, and be there for your spouse when she's wanting to get in better shape. You have to either help her and change your habits, because like I've said, it's not only going to benefit you, it's going to benefit the whole entire family. The whole family dynamic is going to change, because you're all living a high quality life of just being healthy. So if you are not in a healthy state, if you're lacking that energy, if you're struggling when you get home to give more to your family, then it's time to make a change. Your family needs you. That's why I created my product, where I show you exactly what I do to avoid the dad bod, increase my energy, build muscle, and lose that body fat. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check the link below. It's a dad's fitness guide. It's going to change your life, because it's how I get results. So if you're interested, make sure you check the link below. Anyways, guys, it's time to make a change. Husbands, dads, it's time to make a change. If you have not changed, you still have so much time this year, but it's going to go by quick. It's time to get to work. We'll see you in the next episode.